Welcome back. This is going to be a really brief video, but underneath this particular blanket is a really old piece of equipment that I'm going to do a quick preview of. Now, the reason why it's underneath this cloth is I have a very curious cat, as you've may seen in other videos, and I don't want him messing with it. It's that important. I've worked on vintage things before. Never have I worked on an antique thing before. This particular item is 103 years old as of right now, which is amazing. It doesn't work. It's been given to me to work on, and the person who gave it to me didn't give it to me. Obviously they're getting it back, but they entrusted me to work on this for them because I fixed their jukebox. Unfortunately, I couldn't take the camera in with me when I did it, but I got their jukebox working, and they were very, very happy with me, and they asked me to try to take a look at this for them. Last time it was looked at was 10 years ago, and they couldn't fix it then. What could it be? Well, I can give you a clue. It plays records. That's a very big clue. Okay, I'm going to unwrap it, and I'll be right with you. And the suspense now thickens. Let's look in the bottom cabinet and see what's here. Now, there's a numbered slots, so evidently that's where records are going to go, as one could imagine. But obviously just for storage. This is not the main mechanism. Oh, here is said curious cat. He will definitely put some nice dig marks into this. So under wraps it stays until it is done. Here's another door. What could be in here? Well, one knob's broken. We have some cool kind of wave thing going on in here. Don't know if it translates on the camera that well, but you can kind of see that those aren't straight. They kind of go on an incline. Are they for holding records too? Not sure. Let's take a look. Up at the top here, well, it's definitely a record player, but there's something different about this record player. Yes, it's crank operated. Yes, this is how they did it 103 years ago. Yes, this thing's quite old. It actually uses little needles, which you can see up here, to kind of vibrate this sound tube here, and I think there's a diaphragm at the back, and what happens is there's a sound box, and the music through the needle and the vibration and the whole good deal there, the music comes out this wave guide over here. So if you've ever seen those well, like this little picture here this dog's looking at, the old-fashioned Victor phonographs with the horn on it, the horn is built into this box. That's why it's not visible here. So yeah, this is quite an old piece. This is the Victor Victrola XI, so it's the VVXI model. I ran the serial number, and it was yeah, 103 years old, 1913. Here's the logo on top. Now, I mentioned it's not working. Well, what's going on? You turn the crank and nothing happens. You can crank it all you want and it doesn't do a thing. Here's another curious cat, but he's not so bad. He won't bother it. But yeah, you turn the crank and there's no resistance or anything. It just keeps going. You can hear it clicking inside, but there's no like clank, 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 clank. I watched a couple videos on YouTube already, obviously, and yeah, it's not doing what I would think it would want. It's supposed to do. This is where you set speed, and I've seen, you know, by judging by pictures, you can tell which models are newer or older, and this is definitely one of the older models because the knob is old. Some of them use a slider system. It's a little different, but anyway, I have to figure out why it's not working. And I'm more of a, I wouldn't say I'm more of an electrical guy. I'm mechanics, electronics, computers, you know, I kind of know a little bit of all of them in little bits and pieces, and at some point they all kind of intermingle, and that's why I think I might be able to fix this, or at least have a better understanding of why it's not working. And maybe there's a part you might have to replace or something like that, so I might not be able to outright fix it. I might have to get something in to do it, but it's going to be a challenge. If anybody watching this particular video and you came across it because of a keyword or some kind of a search or whatever, and you've fixed these before, you have any idea, I would love for you to contact me so I can have some positive knowledge from some other person who's done this before put into this, besides just trying to take a shot in the dark. I do understand there's a spring in here, and when you wind the crank, you're winding up the spring, obviously, and through some mechanism which I haven't quite figured out yet. I've only had this a day. I've only got this yesterday, and I really didn't get a chance to look at it last night yet. I kind of spent more time in front of the computer reading up on it. Little things like what this is made out of, and all kinds of different stuff. It's a really interesting system, but how to get this apart is the main thing. And there's just there's a break in here, there's all kinds of different things, and a lot of the stuff doesn't seem like it's very functional. At least there's like this here, there feels like there's nothing on the other end of it. There may not be, or maybe, I'm not really sure. I've never operated one of these, so it's definitely going to be a challenge, and I'm up for it. And I hope you guys are waiting to see what's going on. And this isn't going to be a video that's going to come up soon, because I do want to do the research before I go ahead and start messing with this thing. But I did want to, get it in the limelight here so people can get an idea of what's coming up, because I think it's pretty freaking cool. They don't make stuff like this anymore, that's for sure. This piece alone here weighs got some good heft to it. You can feel it when you move it. It's definitely some quality stuff. Well, anyway, with that, I want to say thanks for watching, and I hope that wasn't terribly boring. We can't really get into this too much right now. But if you're not already a subscriber, I would appreciate if you subscribe. That way you can see what goes on with this video in the future at this particular repair job, and hopefully it goes well. If not, then it'll be a learning experience for all of us. Thanks for watching.